It's 28 to midday. Hey, as Australians, we have a pretty big problem when it comes to gambling. Let's talk about it on the show today ahead of Gambling Harm Awareness Week, which gets going later on this month. Joining me in studio, Gamblers Help Community Engagement Officer at CAFS. It's Jo Smith. Jo, good morning.
Hi, Brett. How are you going?
Very well. Lovely to see you. You've come armed with a pretty damning stat to get our conversation going today. Tell us about where Australia sits globally.
Yeah, it is the big stat. So the big stat is that Australia actually leads the world in gambling losses, and we lead it by a fair margin. When it comes to gambling losses per adult, we actually lose over $1,500 each a year. So what we can glean from that is actually gambling is part of our culture. When we think about an Aussie, we think about a guy running along the beach, in his Speedos doing Ironman. I keep thinking to myself, it's more likely he's sitting under an umbrella and he's doing some sports betting.
Sad, but true. And I guess at this time of year too, Jo, we've just had the grand final. I know you could bet on Bathurst over the weekend.
Yes.
The Spring Carnival is ramping up. So particularly now, but Jo, you were telling me off air, gambling is basically a 365-day problem now.
Oh, definitely. Well, we've got Gambling Harm Awareness Week is a great week for us to be able to focus and there's a lot of support through our funders to provide. You'll see lots of advertisements and there'll be a lot of airplay around it. But the truth is our work is cut out for us 365 days a year. Gambling Harm Awareness Week, as you mentioned, is actually this year it's right in the middle of spring racing carnival.
Which I imagine is quite deliberate, isn't it, eh?
Yeah, I would say so.
If gambling is starting to become a problem, if it's getting harmful for you at home, what are the signs to look out for, I guess, personally, but also from those loved ones who might be recognising it in someone close to them?
Yeah, I think we use the terminology gambling harm, and often when we see gambling harm we envisage that it's actually going to be when you lose your house or you lose your car. Gambling harm signs happen fairly early, and they're things around people being just obsessed with the odds, obsessed with sports betting. It's starting to affect their family life. They're wanting to stay home and bet rather than join into things. Basically, we would say gambling harm happens when you're starting to not enjoy it anymore. It's not fun. You are chasing losses. You're betting a lot.
You're getting desperate for that win.
And it's all about that rush, that dopamine rush that happens when you win. And we have our therapeutic counsellors at CAFS explain that, where that rush starts to happen, and it means you get joy from actually betting and less joy from everyday activities. So
it's quite sad, actually, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely tragic.
So
it really is.
Support from you and the team at CAFS, Jo.
Yes.
What is on offer?
We've got an absolutely amazing team. I think they're the most beautiful people I've ever met.
Lovely.
We've got financial counsellors. So if you are in debt and you're struggling, they are the best advocates ever. They will bat in hard for you to work out payment plans and get you back on track again. Our therapeutic counsellors are incredibly smart and kind, and they basically will go on that journey with you out of gambling harm, and they will put things in place for you. There are several things that can be put in place to help you with your gambling, but they will go on that journey. They will talk and listen to you and do it without any judgment, and they also do it strict confidentiality as well, because we know stigma is an issue.
It's a real thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Do I need a referral to come and see you guys?
No, you don't. All you need to do is make contact with us, and I've got those contact numbers. So basically,
they'll be all on the CAFS website.
They will be.
CAFS.org.au.
They're on the website. We've also got. There is a gambling hotline that you can call for Gamblers Help, and that's 1-800-858-858. That's free, confidential, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I thought, what really interested me is they take most of their calls at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Do they really, when people really get desperate?
Exactly.
What about the role of friends and families in this space, Jo? Do you lean on them to help out those with issues with gambling harm?
I think it's like if you see any friend or family member struggling, talk to them, communicate about it. Only if you feel safe to do so, though. If that person's in a place where you don't feel safe, then I wouldn't recommend you doing that. But I was going to say we actually have a few different things that we use, and one of them is a podcast called Not a Dollar More. It might be a nice idea just to slip that person and say, hey, have a listen to this podcast. The podcast is basically people with lived experience, and we find that people who are experiencing gambling harm often will listen to that and go, hey, that actually sounds like me. I might be experiencing it, because they don't have a lot of awareness sometimes that they are experiencing that.
Worth a listen, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, it's Gambling Harm Awareness Week, but basically over an entire month, Jo, you and the team at CAFS are going to be attending events left, right and centre. Just talk us through a couple of things you'll be heading to.
Okay, so this Sunday we're going to be at the Collective Mental Health Expo and Circle of Solidarity at Lake Espen from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We would love to see you come up and have a talk to us. We're also at the Ballarat Seniors Festival at the Ballarat Showgrounds from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesday the 22nd. On Saturday the 25th, we're at the Veterans and First Responders Expo at ACU from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. On Tuesday the 28th, we're going to be at Golden Plains Shire for their Wise Up, Live Smart, Stay Safe, Age Well seniors event. And on Thursday the 13th, we're going to be at the Ballarat East Neighbourhood House presenting a gambling harm awareness session as well. And then our grand event that we've got is on Wednesday the 19th of November, where we've actually got the Reverend Tim Costello and Dan Irwin from Respin as keynote speakers. Now, this event is invitation only. It is for change makers and leaders, and we're looking to talk about how gambling harm can be looked at in Ballarat. What can we do? What are the things that we see around the gambling harm in Ballarat? Because the stats for Ballarat are pretty scary as well.
We've heard of those before, especially around the pokies. We should mention too, Jo, that you at CAFS are partner with the city for we think it's probably a first, a gambling harm survey. So that's live now, so anyone can express their views there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fantastic survey. So you complete the survey by going to hsplanning at ballarat.vic.gov.au or attend a drop-in session. And so visit mysay.ballarat.vic.gov.au for a drop-in session information as well. So that survey is going to go a long way to, really advising us on what we need to do and how we can do it. It makes us feel empowered doing these things. So I really urge people to fill out the survey.
Well, we're world class when it comes to gambling. It's not something to be proud of, Jo. Thanks to you and the team for the support you're offering the Ballarat community. If you'd like to connect with Jo and co at CAFS, simply look up cafs.org.au. Jo Smith, thanks for your time on the show.
Thanks, Brett.